Today, we're diving into the incredible journey of Osman, a master healer who has a truly unique perspective on reality. See, he recently lost his sight, but that's not the whole story. What's fascinating is what he claims he can now see. And because he had his sight for his entire life up until recently, he can actually describe this hidden world he's experiencing in a way we can all understand.
Wow, that's a heck of a statement, right? I immediately was able to see entities that cannot be seen by other people. So what's going on here? Is this just a trick of the mind, or is it a real glimpse into another dimension? That's the big question we're going to unpack, looking at Osman's own amazing accounts.
So let's get properly introduced. This is Osman. He's a bioenergy healer with a staggering 5 decades of deep experience in advanced yoga and meditation. But here's the key detail that changes everything. He only became blind in May of 2023. This is so important because it means he has a whole lifetime of visual memories to work with, giving him the language to describe the unseen world in a way someone born blind just couldn't.
All right, here's a quick look at where we're headed. We'll start with his background, then get into his claims about the unseen. After that, we'll see how this fits into a bigger global conversation, look at the mechanics he describes, understand his mission, and then I'll show you exactly how you can learn more about his work.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Before we can even wrap our heads around his claims of seeing other dimensions, we really need to understand the foundation, the 5 decades of intense practice that he says got him here.
Just look at this commitment. We're not talking about a casual hobby here. This is 50 years of advanced practice. He had his first samadhi experience. That's a profound state of meditative union when he was just 19. And the practice, incredibly rigorous, sometimes up to 18 hours a day. He studied traditions from all over the world, and all of this, he says, is what allows him to specialize in helping people with critical and even terminal illnesses.
So what is it he actually does? He calls it bioenergy healing. Now, Osman describes it as a kind of telepathic ability that uses the principles of quantum entanglement. You know how 2 particles can be linked and instantly affect each other no matter how far apart they are? Well, he believes he can do something similar, connect with a person's energy field to help their recovery, even from halfway across the world.
And this is something he is absolutely clear about. His work is meant to be complementary. It's not a replacement for professional medical treatment. It's designed to support and enhance it. So you should always consult a licensed doctor for any health issues.
Okay, with that foundation laid, let's get into the part of the story that really challenges our day-to-day view of the world. His personal account of communicating with what he calls the unseen.
So this is the big question he poses himself. Can these ancient practices really do more than just calm us down? Can they actually open up a line of communication to what some people would call the spirit world?
And his answer is a straight-up, confident yes. He doesn't describe it as magic, though. It's more like tuning a radio. He believes that with deep practice, you're not creating something new. You're just awakening your awareness to perceive frequencies and dimensions that are here all around us all the time. We're just usually not tuned in.
So what was it like? Well, he describes seeing these luminous, holographic beings he calls light bodies. And the communication wasn't in words, it was telepathic. He says it was like downloading massive amounts of information in a split second. Now, he knows how this sounds, and he pushes back against skepticism by pointing out that during all of this, his life was totally normal and successful. His business, his family, everything. It just doesn't fit the profile of someone losing touch with reality.
So, you might be wondering, is Osman just one guy out there saying this stuff? Well, not at all. His personal experiences actually plug right into a huge, ongoing global conversation that's happening in both science and spiritual circles right now.
Let's look at the scientific side for a second. You have neuroscientist Andrew Huberman on his podcast, Huberman Lab, breaking down exactly how things like meditation can literally change your brainwaves and alter your state of consciousness. Then there's the Joe Rogan experience, where you hear guests talk all the time about non-ordinary realities, whether it's through deep meditation, psychedelics, or other means. So science is starting to map out the how, while people like Osman are describing the what.
And then on the spiritual side, these conversations are front and center. Rick Archer's podcast, Buddha at the Gas Pump, has literally hundreds of interviews with regular people describing their own spiritual awakenings. And on Diary of a CEO, you'll hear someone like Deepak Chopra tell Stephen Bartlett that consciousness is the fundamental building block of reality. That idea lines up perfectly with what Osman is talking about.
So if these experiences are real, how do they work? What's the actual mechanism? Well, this is where we get into the how-to that Osman describes, and it's all rooted in the ancient science of the chakras.
Here's the big idea.
In Osman's view, chakras aren't just symbolic energy points in the body. He sees them as actual, functional portals. Each one vibrates at a unique frequency, and when you activate it, it can tune your consciousness into a different dimension of reality that matches that frequency. It's like your body is a multi-band receiver for reality itself. So here's the process he lays out. It's basically like changing the channel. First, you focus all your meditative energy on one specific chakra, let's say the heart chakra. As you do that, you start to awaken its unique frequency. He says that as you do this, your perception of our normal physical world begins to fade out, and the reality of the new dimension just appears.
But here is maybe the most incredible part of the whole story. After developing this ability, he actually made a conscious choice to shut it down. He decided to close the portals because he found the constant information from other dimensions was too distracting. He chose to focus all his energy on his mission right here, helping people in this world.
And that brings us to his why. Why go through all of this? Why dedicate your entire life to this practice? For Osman, it's all about a very clear and powerful mission.
And here it is, in his own words. He sees these ancient practices not as some vague, mystical thing, but as a powerful science. And his whole life's work has been about taking these really complex, ancient protocols and simplifying them, making them accessible so that anybody can use them to get real results and improve their lives.
So, after hearing all that, if you're feeling curious and want to learn more, let's talk about how you can actually explore Osman's work for yourself.
He's got things set up in two ways, really. First, there are his free resources for anyone who wants to learn. He has a huge YouTube channel with tons of information, and he also offers a free 5-minute yoga and meditation program right on his website. Then, for people who want direct personal help, he offers premium services like one-on-one consultations, live lessons on his Patreon, and of course, his master-level bioenergy healing service.
Everything you need can be found in one place. To learn more, to download that free program, or to ask about his services, just head over to his website, yogawellness786.com.
So we'll leave you with this question to think about. Whether you believe in other dimensions or not, Osman's story is a powerful reminder of just how deep and mysterious our own consciousness is. It makes you wonder, right? What undiscovered dimensions are waiting inside your own mind, just waiting to be explored?